We do begin with breaking news. An arrest warrant has just been issued for the owner of a former Dayton funeral home. Good evening, I'm Mark Allen.
And good evening, I'm Katie Houston. Montgomery County prosecutors demand the arrest of Scherrie McLin and file more than a dozen charges of theft and forgery against her. The charges stem from what prosecutors say was the stealing of funeral home money from more than 50 people. Investigators say the thefts date back all the way to 1993. McLin lost her license and the funeral home was shut down in 2011. Jordan Burgess just spoke with prosecutors. He's live with the breaking details about these new charges. Jordan?
It was inside this now closed funeral home here on North Gettysburg Avenue where prosecutors say Scherrie McLin was taking advantage of people who wanted nothing more than to leave this life in peace. McLin is now facing 17 felony counts and could serve up to 39 years in prison. Prosecutors say for 2 decades she was taking prepaid funeral money, more than $200,000 in all, and not honoring those contracts. It was a complaint by a family whose loved one didn't get the funeral they'd paid in advance for that triggered this investigation. In all, prosecutors say there were more than 50 victims. The money they paid is gone, and for some, sadly, she took more than just that.
Most of the victims were elderly or disabled. Perhaps worst of all, we've identified a dozen victims who already have died and did not receive the funeral that they arranged and personally paid for.
Prosecutors tell us that a warrant is now out for McLin's arrest. They say they're not sure where she is, although they believe she hasn't left the state. And coming up at 6, I'll tell you why the most bizarre part of this case actually won't lead to any charges. Reporting live, Jordan Burgess, 2 News.